In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 strategies that brought new financial advisors, new to the industry, in less than 5 years. By executing these 4 rather well, they brought in a minimum of 50 million in assets under management, up to a maximum, a few did over $500 million. I'm John Bowen, CEO of CEG Worldwide. You do not want to miss these strategies because you can begin implementing them today and get results and be at the leading edge. Stay tuned.
The CEG Advisor Edge. Essential insights, real results.
Let me give you a little backstory on this. My head, or CEG's head of research, Jeannie Hulbert, came to me and said, John, you're always studying people with over 5 years experience, financial advisors with over 5 years experience and $50 million. Why don't we look at everybody? And I go, Jeannie, being someone who just turned 60, we're looking for patterns of success. We want to really show people how to be successful on purpose. And you need to have a little experience in our industry and, have enough assets to really make it work. So she goes, John, it doesn't really cost that much, which was a secret, or because we were doing the internet survey. So we broaden our reach and we survey thousands, I think it was like 2,500 advisors. And we identified this small group that she came back to me and she said, John, I got this group I want to call quick starters that are people who have been in the industry less than 5 years who have really done well. And I go, really? And it's a sizable group. And what happened was, this is a group, the average age about 27, 5 years. So they're new to the industry. Less than 5 years, they brought in between 50 million and $500 million in assets under management, fee-based. I mean, this, I've got enough experience to know that's not possible. Well, you do too. Well, they did. And we went over, I made her go over the number, shared all this. It was just an amazing. I want to share the insights that they shared with us because it's going to provide some aha moments that you can begin executing immediately to have some success, even more success in what you're doing. See, think about it. If you could generate 5 years of growth, with all the experience you have now using these strategies, these secrets in just 2 years, how valuable would that be? Well, it's going to be hugely valuable. Saving 2-3 years out of your profession, kind of jump starting, taking that quantum leap can be great. So what we have, depending on where you're watching us, because we're on YouTube, our website, always go back to CEG Worldwide because we have all the assets there, but YouTube, the podcast on iTunes or Stitcher, we really have this out there because we want to make sure you get these insights because we're committed to really making the industry even more successful and serving clients well. We get to do well, all of us, by doing well by the clients. Well, we wrote a book on this, an ebook that I want to make available for you. And there should be a link by you either on the side or of this video or below. And if not, go to CEG Worldwide and search for At the Leading Edge and you'll find it. And what happens is, this is a book, what a select group of young financial advisors can teach each and every one of us in the industry. And I wrote it with my partners, Jonathan Powell and Paul Brunswick. And it's a great piece that you're going to enjoy and you're going to find tremendous value. But let me point out, in this video with the time I've got allotted, the 4 strategies, because these are really important for all of us. And this is what accelerated these quick starters to this huge success. What will happen is at CEG, we're all about results. And I want to focus on the strategies that's going to give you the biggest gains, so you are really growing even more profitable than you are today, achieving more of an equity value in your practice than ever before. We get to do well by serving our clients well. And I'm going to share with you those 4 strategies. So let's dive in. First strategy is design your practice right from the beginning for the right clients. See, what they did is they knew who they wanted to work with, but they didn't stop there. They went ahead and they required a minimum level of assets. And for most of them, it was $1 million. And this is important because remember, these were young advisors. Roughly 30% were women. And, in the top tier financial advisors, it's about half that. So this is young, inexperienced group, and they set something that they're told all the time is you've got to work with people your own age who don't have any money. They said, no, I'm going to work with affluent individuals, $1 million or more, or whatever level, you need to do this. And what was even more powerful, I think, in the whole process is they didn't stop. Many of them put a minimum fee. In this minimum fee, think about this. If you have a minimum of $1 million, I'm going to use the 1% so I can do the math easy. $1 million, 1%, that's an annual fee of $10,000. So many of them might set, their fee at $10,000 or $2,500 a quarter. And what that does is that makes them much more exclusive. Some of the positioning just by fee is there. Second is it keeps them from being tempted to take clients that they're not going to add a multiple of value. So if somebody's only got $100,000, it's tempting to do that. But quite honestly, you can't deliver a wealth management experience. And that was one of the other key things, is they delivered a great experience that went beyond just simply investments. So take a look. Are you doing this? Do you have the minimum fees? And do you not only have it, but you are honoring those? Second is they took great care of their clients. They served them exceptionally well. Very frequent contacts. You can go in and download the ebook and you can see the percentages, but they are, up there with the most successful long-term experience advisors. And what they had was a clear process. Now, this wealth management consultative process is what we teach in our coaching program, but it was very similar. Discovery meeting, taking a look at where they are now, where they want to go, what are the gaps, then going to the number one concern that the affluent have, making smart decisions about their money and presenting a plan, then giving them time to think about it and having a mutual commitment meeting. If they're committed to achieving their success, you're going to not only commit yourself, but your whole team. 45-day, people, one of the things, they get overwhelmed with paperwork coming out as they start new accounts. So, whatever custodian you're using cuts down a tree, slices it real thin, and mails it to your clients. It's overwhelming. You bring them back either electronically or in a regular notebook, you get it organized. In a regular progress meeting, here you're going to make sure they're on track, not only for their number one concern, making smart decisions about their money, so they maximize the probability of achieving everything else, but what these young people did, and these were not coaching clients too of CG, which I was amazed what they were doing because it was so much in line with what we teach, but they were also addressing the advanced planning areas, mitigating taxes, taking care of the errors, making sure the assets are not unjustly taken, and lastly, charitable planning. And they didn't try to do it on their own because it wouldn't have been credible with their little experience. They teamed up with other experts. So whatever process you have, you should have something you can share systemically and illustrate during your discovery meeting and at every step along the way. Then they're focused on acquiring new assets. They didn't have any choices. They didn't have clients. Every one of the clients, they were asking for additional assets. But what they did, and they made it a part, is they went ahead and with every single client, they were looking for introductions. They're not asking for referrals, they're looking for introductions. What's the difference? Referrals were asking for people to do something as a favor to us. Introductions, when we're offering a second opinion to our top clients, for the people they care about, we're offering to take through the same experience we're delivering. This is why it's so important that you're referable, that you've got a great client experience you've nailed, that you go ahead and then you offer that for the people they care about. And they get a steady stream of new people coming in. And they do that at every single meeting. These second opinion, I tell you, in our coaching programs, we see 20% growth just by doing this, if you're delivering a great experience. Also, the ability to work with other professionals, strategic alliances. They knew they didn't have the expertise, so they were fantastic at that. Strategy 4, delivering your, deliberately growing your business. They planned. They had really effective strategic planning. And this is something for all of us. We're so busy. Think of Michael Gerber's book, E-Myth, The Entrepreneurial Myth. We're so busy doing it. We don't take the time to stop and actually work on the business. We want you to be successful on purpose. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing these weekly videos is, when we started CEG, I said the premise we had was success would leave subtle clues. And we want to do all this really empirical research and the anecdotal rolling up, working with the thousands of advisors we've had the opportunity to do it. And I got to tell you, I've now got to the point that success doesn't leave subtle clues. It leaves blindingly obvious clues that we tend to ignore. So by putting the plan in place and working the plan, you can make a huge difference. Go ahead and download the ebook At the Leading Edge. Share it not only with your team, but if you're growing a business, this is a great tool to share with everybody that's working with you. In addition, if you have a net income of over $200,000 and you want to accelerate your success even more, go ahead and sign up with the link for the Best Year Ever consultation. And what you'll do is you can schedule a meeting with one of my teammates, and they'll take a look at where you are now, where you want to go, what are the gaps, and what would we do if we were in your shoes to accelerate your success even more. Your current clients, your future clients, they're counting on you. Don't let them down. We wish you the best of success in being at the leading edge.
The CEG Advisor Edge. Essential insights, real results.